He says, flee sexual immorality. If sex is an intimacy pathway and intimacy thrives on exclusivity in marriage, then you want to take everything that is sexual outside the confines of that marriage and you want to flee from it. Not flirt with it, not get as close as you can to it, not get right up to the line but not cross the line, not sort of resist it, but flee. Run away from it, any kind of sexual immorality. To which you might say, oh yeah, I agree. I should flee sexual immorality. But what I'm doing with my girlfriend or what I'm doing with my boyfriend isn't sexual immorality. We're just fooling around. It's just, second or third, but not all the way home. And the response to that is, according to the Apostle Paul, it's not the degree of how far you go, it's any kind of sexual activity outside the confines of God's design for marriage. You want to take that, whether that's pornography, whether that's flirting with someone who's not your wife, flirting with someone who's not your husband in the workplace, of entering a relationship without the intent of this person may or may not become my spouse, just careless dating. Paul says, flee all of that. Why? Because you're going to get an STD? Well, maybe, but no. Flee that kind of activity. Why? Because you'll get called dirty names, and God really doesn't like sexual sinners. He hates sexual sinners more than other sinners. No, that's not the reason why. He says, flee sexual immorality. Look at his reasoning. Because every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but the sexually immoral person sins against his own body. In other words, when you sin sexually, you hurt yourself. Why? Paul is telling us something that we all know, and he's telling it 2,000 years ago. It's so profound, it's so wise. What he is saying is, you want to flee sexual immorality because sex is not just physical. Because people's greatest moral regrets are almost always sexual, because when you sin sexually, it hurts you, and it hurts you at such a deep level, such a profound way that you often will carry that pain and that hurt for the rest of your life.